Welcome back to Class Culture. I love that picture. Let's look at it one more time. Yes. Welcome back to African Proverbs. Good advice. Our tools for working, not begging, right? Do not bother, just build. They will come. Class culture, Queen Charming, arts and craft therapy, cosplay. I could keep going on and on and on and on because it's a new day. See how they're facing their new day. Now, I bet you, I like this picture because to me, it represents 3 generations. Just look at it one more time with this information up on the screen. I see a grandfather, I see a father, and I see a child. Do you see that? Let's look at it one more time. Teaching, learning, developing, nurturing, loving, advising. They all have tools for working. I don't see nobody. All I see is their shadow. I see the land. I see harvest. I see hope. I see learning. They ready. Look at them one more time. Looks like to me they're going to accomplish whatever they put their mind to. I also see old nasty weaving and dyeing and art in there. Oh, I can use that picture to do a lot of things. I see naturalists. Yeah, they lived off the land. They cultivate. They watch. They create, right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm sure that the granddad gave his son advice and his son is giving the grandson advice. Tools, they don't have to beg. They have their own cultural, they're wearing their own creativity. They look like their own tribe. They're not trying to join somebody else. This is a modern day picture. This is not cosplay. This is not, they don't have like jeans or polos that don't fit right. You know what I mean? They are lean energy human machines making it happen. Okay, let's one more time. I'm sorry. I got to look at this one more time before we go on to the information. Yeah, I want to dress like that every day. But anyway, okay, good advice. Our tools for working, not begging. Do not bother, build. It or they, whatever you wish for or hope for, will come. Okay, so welcome back to Class Culture. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Please click the replay crew on any video I share with you on a playlist or my community tab, and let's get on with the show. So today we are going to talk about, in this episode of African proverbs, African knowledge, African advice, we're going to talk about working, begging, bothering, lacerate. Why did I put that in there? You'll see. And building, right? Because every season, that's what happens in nature. Humans do it too. They try to fight it, but you can't and you shouldn't. And I won't let people around me fall into that trap. I'm going to speak truth into you, whether it is desired or not. whether it is unsolicited advice. How about that? And then down below in the description box, if you're new here, you will find what we're going to talk about. These are cute and stout. You know, they are here. They're not meant to stand out. They're just meant to fill in a blank. Remember, on a piece of paper, one sentence, one word, one answer could have meant the difference between passing or not. That's what this is. This is the answer to a question, these videos. So I enjoy looking up an African proverb at least once a day. At least once a day. Or if I'm Deirdre's busy, she on the way to somewhere else, she gonna go to her own playlist. She gonna click a live or one of these links down here, and she gonna figure it out on her own. Because I have to have this knowledge every day. I have to get good advice. I need a tool. I don't need to beg. I have the skills. I am ready. Hashtag cosplay. I want to dress like that every day. Don't y'all find it interesting? And Fashion Fridays is coming back. But don't you find it interesting that a lot of the designers go to pictures like this and they create a, quoted fingers in the air, a line? It's already there. You ain't got to create nothing. All right, moving right along. The first thing I want to talk about are African proverbs about working. Now, at first, I was like, should I make this 3 different, videos? Then I said, no, I'm going to put it all in one. At first I was, but I was like, no, because they all go together. Because people are, I find that people are looking for answers to questions that have already been produced. So I think that's what I like about what I'm doing. I'm doing this in real time, y'all. I'm a busy lady. So yeah, I'm gonna put this down below in the description box because I got work to do, and I might as well do it right now. I'm also demonstrating how important it is as a college student or I don't know, maybe at work, right? Even at work, when you have to, let's say, learn something new, learn a new machine, take the next step. Even in the military, you have to study for the next rank. You have to put the work in. You have to stand next to somebody that's done it already, and you have to listen to what they say, and then you have to apply it, and then you have to see if it works for you. It doesn't make sense. Like they were all carrying spears. Now they might be a little different. The father might have, smelted his, metal, and then the son might have smelted his metal, and they might look a little different. However, I don't know. They can all eat. Right? Do you not know the definition of smell? Okay, well, let's look at that. Yeah, we're going to do this all in real time. I like being smart. So the African proverb about working says, an ant on the move does more than a dozing ox, meaning sleeping. And that's Ethiopian. So if anybody, and this is updated January 2nd, 2023. So if anybody ever tries to tell you nothing good ever came out of Africa, please walk away. Don't vote for that person, and definitely don't listen to that person. Don't listen to anybody that tells you there is no knowledge from that continent. They are insane. Moving right along. This proverb encourages hard work and productivity, as even a small creature can accomplish more than a larger one that is not moving. Correct. That ox can't go and till that earth until you put a yoke on it and slap it with a whip and make it go up and down and do what it needs to do so you can, plant your seed. That's different. But the ant don't need all of that. The ant don't need a human. The ant don't even got lungs, child. Yeah, they do. I just lied. The ant got their own thing going on. Okay. Everything, everyone, every creature has a purpose and a meaning. And I just talked about a word of worship in real time. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. I talked about productivity. What are you producing today? What did you produce in the past? What are you producing today? And what are you looking forward to and beyond? Because the seasons change, generations change, but the tools and the knowledge and the purpose does not change. Okay? Keep it moving. All right? Keep it moving. Now, let's look. I just talked about smelting, right? So I'm just here to give good advice. That's all. That's it. That's all. Which I love doing. And I remind myself. Sometimes you need to remind yourself, right? Smelt. To extract metal from its ore by a process involving heating or melting. That's what I meant. So you can eat. There's some fish. What's that saying? Don't teach people how to fish. Don't just give them the fish. Okay. Working. What does the Bible, we talked about that. Okay. Now we looked at smelting. Okay. What are the tools that you're going to use to eat? Well, maybe you have a job. I shouldn't say maybe. Let's take that back. Hopefully you have a job. I do. I'm proud of that. Please get a job, whatever it is. Create a job. Become an entrepreneur. I'm just saying you have to make a way. All right. So moving right along. What does the Bible say about begging? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do that. Because those are two different things. Earning, and I don't want people to feel away. I don't want people to feel like I'm bothering you or making light, but I'm demonstrating the betterment of not having to do it. How about that? There you go. Begging. So there's lots of proverbs about begging. So we didn't go to the information part. We went to the visuals. A beggar won't mind being insulted. Right? It's just, it's a telltale sign. You know what I'm saying? That they don't mind. Right? Oh, sorry. That is really hard on the eyes. What is that? Oh, ciao. What? Why can't I see that? Here, you do you. Let me make sure. I think I got my computer way too bright. Okay, here we go. Sorry. I cannot read, baby. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Give a beggar a bed, and he'll repay you with a louse. That's a Chinese proverb. Remember, I told you guys I was gonna sort of, branch out to other proverbs. And what is a louse? It's a bug. Louse. Okay, I don't even want to look at it. It's a parasite. No. Louse. Yeah, be careful. Don't just give. I don't want to say make them work for it, but something should be given in return. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why I pulled that one up. But anyway, we're talking about begging. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Let me go back to the one before. I get it was the bug for me. Yeah. So yeah, a beggar won't mind being insulted. You shouldn't have to beg, right? You shouldn't have to be put in that position. You should be able to go to someone and ask for help, let people know what the situation is, and get what you need. And if you don't, that means that you went to the wrong person, or you're surrounded by people who who don't have what it takes to help you. I used to tell people, I just need people in my life that if everything burns down, if I run out the house or I'm standing there and everything's down to the ground, you show up, you next to me, shoulder to shoulder, you grab my hand and we walk away from it and I rebuild. That's it. That's all. That's all I need. And here, never beg from one who was a beggar. That's a Spanish proverb. Now we're gonna keep that one, you know. Come up with a new plan, man or lady. Because it's not the path. Okay, so look at this pitch after we've gone over that. Look at this. You know how they used to have all the time, and I'm so happy that they only show them every once in a while. I'll catch one every once in a while where they're begging for money and feed this kid and feed this. Why don't you feed the kid? How much did it take to make that commercial? That's me. See, I have to be so particular on what boards I sit on. It's like, that kid's picture, are they getting a residual every time you show their picture? That's what I want to know. See the yeah. Let me keep it. Let me focus. Every time you use that person's picture, are they getting paid? Do they have an agent? Do you have their social security number? How much? They don't look like that family look on my background. Okay, where do they live? Where it happened? Where they government? Be careful out there giving money. See, as I am a senior citizen, I get a lot of stuff in the mail. People want you to donate because you retired. They figure they want to pull on your little. My mom had all types of, and I kept them in a little envelope. I kept certain things of people she would donate to because they would pull on her heartstrings because she felt a way about it and she wanted to give. Well, in the 60s and 70s, that's all they had was to put a check in the mail. Now we're digital. Now we can literally fly to the continent, help build a well, and then come back home. We can do things like that. They couldn't do things like that. So I never make fun of that. I never, sort of demean people that lick a stamp and put money in the mail. But what I'm saying is we can get them paid. They don't have to beg. We don't have to demean them. We can teach them how to smelt. We can give them tools to work where they're not begging. People shouldn't be begging in America. We have so much work to do, and people are so afraid to take the next step or to be a solution to a problem. It's easier just to sit back, be scared, join the crowd. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna show nobody my face. I ain't gonna get involved. I don't know what's going on. I don't like what you're wearing. I don't like your Bernice. That all of that is so easy. Are we gonna go out and help? This is a year of, in real time, shout out to the future and beyond, of change, a season of change. We're about to vote again in America. But I always encourage people, every time you go to DC, go by and look at the Constitution. It's literally a piece of paper with a handwritten note on it. It don't have nothing to do with digital. It don't have nothing to do with what you look like. It don't have nothing to do with YouTube. It don't have nothing to do with the Bible. It don't have nothing to do but with people who wanted to get away from begging from a king and a queen. That's all it was. And even during the United States Revolution, African proverbs were a thing. Tribes were a thing. Generations were a thing. Teaching was a thing. Working was a thing. Off the land was a thing. They didn't have, they not getting in a car. They're not getting on a plane, a train, automobile, or scooter. We got lots of scooters in San Francisco. Be careful. You might get hit. I almost got hit by a scooter the other day. I said, I know you see me walking. I'm on the sidewalk. You better slow down. Oh, we're going to fight. And I'm going to be on CNN. Because I'm on my way where? To work. And you ain't going to hurt me. I ain't got time to go to no ER. I'm sorry. Where did that come from? But anyway, yeah, you don't have to beg, borrow, and steal. We have what we need. And if you need good advice, if you need tools, hopefully, you're surrounded by people that can help you. I'm sorry. I am. They did help me. My generations gave me the tools that I needed. And I need to smarten up. I need to be smart enough to say, yeah, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to work and I'm going to use these tools. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to build. I'm going to continue to work on what I have in my, toolbox and focus on me. That's what I'm going to do. It is what it is. Okay. African proverbs are amazing. It's encouragement. It makes, okay, it's a mantra. I'm not looking that up. You can look it up. It's my mantra. I'm not going to change. Why should I? It's working. For 59 seasons, about to be 60 seasons, I'm okay with that. And down below is, in the description box, is the playlist. All right, so what's next? We did begging. Now we're going to do bothering, and then we're going to do building. But then before building, you'll see why we're going to talk about lacerate. Because, okay, it's okay to be soft and fuzzy. It's okay to be a girl. It's okay to be a woman. It's okay to have hormones. It's okay to have pheromones. It's okay to have all of that. Okay. But wait a minute. So make sure I'm doing it in the right order. Yeah. Okay. What does the Bible, not the Bible, child. What does African proverbs say about bothering? There you go. And I'm just updating what you're seeing down below in the description boxes. I want to do it at the same time. Yeah. There you go. What is the proverb? Why this came up? At first I was going to say, no, that's not what I want. But it came up. And sometimes in your haste, you want to change. But good advice, right? You want to, and you're like, well, why did that? When I put in African proverb about bothering, this is what came up. It was interesting. What is the proverb about love and hate? And I said, huh? And here it talks about hatred paralyzes life. Love releases it. Hatred confuses life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life. Love illuminates it. And I thought to myself, how? You know, because people say, you know, you bother me, don't bother me. Why are you bothering me? That's a bother. It's this. Okay, all these other phrases out here, and the word bother never crossed my mind. Hearts of gold. That's my little microphone stand here. It never crossed my mind to put all three of these words together. I said, okay, I'll play, Google, I'll play. And here it says, what is a famous quote about hurtful words? Hurtful words lacerate the heart. Although, you know, now I told you we're gonna look at the word lacerate. Although it may heal over time, scars will never completely disappear. Well-spoken words create pain that lasts longer than a flogging, like hitting, hurting, beating, whipping. So I went, whoa, you went deep, Google. And now there's always a reason for a season. I say, you know what? Okay, I'll play. I'll put this in here and I'll come back and ruminate. That's one of my new words now. Ruminate on it later. But yeah, I got things to do. But yeah. Hurtful words lacerate the heart. Isn't that interesting? So as humans, sometimes so sad. That's all they got. Those are the only tools they got. That's the only thing they want to do. That's all they know. And it's really, really sad. So let's look up the word lacerate. And I'm not here to judge.
Lacerate.
To tear or make deep cuts. To criticize forcefully or severely. I'm like, woo, that went deep, literally. To tear, to rend roughly, to wound, to cause sharp mental or emotional pain, to distress. I'm like, ooh, African proverb, they messing with me. Okay, but what are they carrying? What are we giving good advice to tear down? No, we're giving good advice to build up. We're giving you a warning. How about this? I'm begging you to listen to good African advice. I need you to put these tools in your toolbox, belt, skirt, whatever, right? So you can do better. You can build better. You can feel better, right? I said, okay, I can accept that. I would have never went down that road. I wanted to turn away. I wanted to say, well, whoa, that was peculiar. We didn't have to go down that lane, but we did. And I ain't scared and I ain't mad. But guess what? I ain't begging either. I don't know. It's just not in my nature. I'll ask for help. I will. I'll ask for help, but I'll ask for it in my own way. I will not kowtow. No, ma'am. You look it up. Let me make sure I'm using the right word. Kowtow. Oh, no. Should I? No. Okay. Huh? Let me see. No. Moving right along. Okay, next. What's the next word? Building. All right. So okay, why did we go from, so I said to myself, okay, why did I have to go there? What is this going on? Why is this force moving me in this direction? Why does this matter? Is there meaning here? Is there something Deirdre can learn? Yes. So we lacerate. I can learn. I can build. I can kowtow. I can listen like that young man is listening to his dad and his granddad, learning how to hunt and clothe off the land in the motherland, right? So let's look at building. Okay. I have to take my own good advice, right? I'm giggling because I do, but you know, now I am in this new phase of senior dumb, of YouTube ship and building and taking the next phase in life. I have to keep it 100. I have to stay focused. I have to make it matter, right? So here, when I pulled up African proverb about building in the Googles, I thought this was interesting. A home is not where we live, it's where we belong. I said, "Ooh, that's deep." Home is not where I'm living right now, because I know I ain't gonna stay in the same place when I retire. No, ma'am, no, sir. But it's home is where I belong. Where do you belong? I said, girl, I wasn't trying to get that deep. I was just trying to make some content. It's the beginning of the year. I'm trying to focus. Because it'll be the middle of June. I'll be like, oh, I ain't did now more word of worship. I know I can incorporate it in my, task list. I'm back on track. It's the beginning of the year. We're going to hit it every Sunday. Boom, 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 boom. I know I can. It's okay to rest, to have a season, have a reason to sleep, to heal, to build, to grow. Now I'm here. I'm good with it. It's going to stick. It's going to stay. What's the next step? It's continue to build. Home, we'll see when I retire, is not where I live, it's where I belong. So I'm going to have to find some place where I belong, because I keep finding my place in spaces where I'm like, no, ma'am. This is this and that is that. And it is, like I said, good advice. I have to take my own good advice, right? I have to take my own good advice. That's it. That's all. And go where I belong. A bad foundation is no foundation. It's like a horn without the head. It's hollow. That's down here. Isn't it about foundation? Yeah, it is about foundation. You know, and I won't be bothered. I won't be let me put it in the right terms. I won't be moved. I will be focused. I will stay on path. And what I've built already growed. Is that a word? And people already know about it. So I need to stay focused and forward. That's what I need to do. So, and the next thing I want to show you is my playlist for my proverbs. See, I'm now I'm talking word of worship. See, I get them both mixed up because I feel good after I do my word of worship. Then I want to think about the motherland where we originated, and I want to add on to it. I'm not going to ignore her, but I'm not going to suppress her, and I'm not going to pit one against the other. Because a lot of people are really, I don't know, struggling, right? And I need to update that. When it comes to wisdom and good advice, right? Sorry, just making sure. Good advice are also tools for working, not begging. Do not bother, just build it. They will come. Right? I love that. So let me look. It should say I'm live. Look at they will come. It says upcoming, but I'm live now. Like if I were to refresh this, I'm not. I'm going to keep it here because I have to update those dates. Just relax. Okay? Just know that what you're doing, I love to con proverbs, best African proverbs and wife sayings. Why do all Western African countries have similar flags? So these are like when you go to my playlists, here's a little jewel for you. I'm always putting under my playlist things that I want to study. I study them and then I take them off. So my playlist always is attached to something that's already out there and that I'm studying. So if you ever want to know what I'm doing, what I'm studying, all you have to do is go to my playlist and go at the bottom after you have viewed all of my hard work, right? And you can see what I'm looking at in real time. After I listen to this on the way to work, I'm going to click that off. After I listen to this on the way home, I'm going to click that off. After I listen to this in between while I'm folding clothes, I'm going to click that off. So these are tools that I've built for me, that work for me. I do this for me. And I put it as a part of my channel for anyone else who is seeking good advice. For working, not begging. For not bothering, for building. For learning, not curving your quest for knowledge. You can't get it from somebody else. You have to earn it for yourself. Like in school, it's not everybody waiting for one person to pass the test. Everybody in that classroom has to pass that test. That's why I think it's important for people to continue school. I don't even care if it's an unaccredited. Local colleges at all level have all types of programs. You can study. You can get certificated. And I'm not even mad. It doesn't have to be a diploma or a degree. You can demonstrate to your employer or your family or your son and grandson that you have the skills to pass on to them so they can be successful. They can get what they need. That's good advice. You don't have to beg. Why would you have to beg, borrow, and steal? So down below on this video, I'm also going to connect a word of worship. I'm also going to connect African Proverbs playlists. So I'm going to have to here, a word of worship and African Proverbs playlist. So I'm going to keep these two connected because I was like, what change can I make that will make these videos better where the good advice are together? Well, just share the playlist. That's the best I can do. Nobody in that picture is holding anybody's hand. They're standing side by side with the correct tools and the fabulous outfit, right? They are one and they are connected to the earth and they're learning how to feed themselves. Generation after generation after generation after generation after generation, right? So here we are in 2024. Are y'all still having a problem saying that? I am. I am like, wow. Anybody will tell you, like in real life, before we're on the way out the door, will tell you, I am, sometimes I have to, this little light of mine, I have to put it away. So I am like a burst of energy. Some people are like, whoa, I know that about me. But I get so excited. I have to force myself to sleep. I have to make sure I stay on task. It'll be 11 at night, y'all, and I'll be like, oh, did I eat dinner? Because I'm so full of life and energy. Sometimes I'm squirrel on the nth level, and I have to focus. And sometimes I'll spend one of my let's just say workmates told me, they say you are the best preparer I've ever been around. And now I made a living off of that, giving that to others, and I'll get, knock on wood, God willing, universe chilling, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff out there that can hate and harm you. But when I retire, it's like, yes, I made it to this point. I think it's sad when people who are younger than you think that your life is over. It is not. You've made it all the way to this point. Just like this grandfather made it all the way. How many times did he walk that road? How many lessons did he give his son? Now he lived another day to give his grandson a lesson. And who knows? He might be giving his great grandson a lesson. That's good advice. Those are tools. They can't afford to beg. They'll die. Okay? They're not in a system reliant. That's why living in America. Okay. It's a different journey. It's not good or bad. It's a different journey. You have to stay focused. You have to stay on your tippy toes. You cannot be a part of anything, or you can't be standing next to anyone that doesn't have your best interests in their heart. Can I say that again? If they don't have your, or if you are mining and scraping and hollering and hating and whooping and wondering and smelting and begging and borrowing and lacerating. I mean, if you're doing all of that for attention, that's not the right way. It's not the right way. Because if African people generation after generation survive the African continent with African lions, girl, that I respect that DNA in me. I love my African nose, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever feature I can, mine. That's where it don't hurt me. It harms them when they talk about African features as if it's a bad thing. That's the beginning of civilization, man and womankind. Are you okay? Yeah, I look forward to my retirement days. Every gray hair is almost like a flag on your head. And I got a few. I'm embracing them. I am not dyeing my hair. That's why I have fun wearing my Bernices, y'all. I do not wear my Bernices at work. I wear my real hair at work. But I'm just saying, when I am out here doing my thing, that is so much fun. I'm just lucky enough to live in a town where we embrace all of that. I would look a little weird in backwood Kentucky with a pink Bernice on. But in San Francisco, honey, I fit right in, and that's okay because it's fun. And I support the Rainbow Tribe. But one more time before we go out, we're going to look at, after I've spoken about everything in this video, just appreciate this image. This is real time today, 2024. And they have reclaimed their identity and their strength, and they are living off land. They're not begging or borrowing or lying or hating or tearing down another man or a woman. They're surviving off the land that the Creator gave them. And I think that's beautiful. Thank you, my hearts of gold. That was some good advice, some tools for working, not begging, for building, not bothering, for the future and beyond. I'm gonna have to cosplay that outfit. I'm gonna have to go. I know I can't weave, but I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to pick a tribe, and then I'm gonna have to. I honor the Native American tribes, and I also honor the African American tribes, and I also honor the African tribes. Did you feel me? So yeah, I have to figure out a way when I elevate how to incorporate all of that. That part is fun. That part is fun. I'm just focused on me right now, and that feels good. But I can go back to the motherland and get inspiration. See, these people existed way before America. America don't got nothing on the African continent. So we need to make sure that we incorporate the African continent into our being on a daily basis. I do, even if it's just a little, even if I'm shopping. Everything on sale now, y'all, after the holiday. But yeah, even if I'm shopping and I'm using my real-time digital device to see what fragrance notes, top, middle, bottom notes in a fragrance are, and then I'll see African violets, and it will summon. I am inhaling the fragrance, and it will summon. Close my eyes, your eyes too, and it will summon something in my soul, in my DNA, and it's like, okay, how much that costs? Because I want it, just to have a little bit of the motherland, just a little, the essence of it all, the I don't know, the genesis and the omega-ness, okay, in between them, the living of it, the existing, to seeing. I'm so glad people are embracing their culture in real time, even on the motherland. See, they don't have no jeans on, they don't have no polo shorts and suits and ties and jackets and hats. They can dress like that in real time. They have no shame. They don't want to look like GI Joes or cowboys or cowgirls. You realize you are mimicking a cowboy or a cowgirl every time you put some jeans on. Okay. And then that is a whole history lesson in itself. jeans and indigo and all of that. Yeah, you wouldn't even believe it. I don't have enough time. Not on everything in this video, but just to go back and get all the meanings of what people are wearing and the color and where it comes from. Do your own research. You will be fascinated. I could do that every day, all day long, but you got to eat. You got to figure out a way to pay your bills. You can't just sit in the room and read books all day. Well, some people do in the library, but after they retire. But this is what I love about what I got planned for my channel in the future. Maybe this is just cliff notes for a script that I'm working on for a show. You never know. Okay. So subscribe. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hit all the reminder buttons on the upcoming shows. That was this episode of African Proverbs. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Talk to you later. Bye.